Hi everybody, and welcome to this special edition of UCAlive where we are talking clearing. So if you are one of those people who is either eagerly or nervously anticipating your results tomorrow, then this is the opportunity for you to ask all those questions that you have about the clearing process and what to do once you get your results. So thank you to everyone who has already sent in their questions via email and via social media over the last couple of days. If you have a question that you'd like us to answer during this live broadcast, then please do get in touch with us via Twitter, Facebook, Instagram or Snapchat. Just use the hashtag UCAlive and we will try our best to answer your questions in the next hour or so. So I'm joined today by some of our lovely students and a member of our fantastic admissions team who are going to answer your questions. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Should we start down this end?
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm in year 2 and I'm doing film production.
Hello, I'm Amina. I'm in year 2 and doing fashion atelier.
Hi, I'm Gato and I'm a second year silversmithing, goldsmithing and jewellery student.
And I'm Hayley. I'm an admissions advisor at UCA.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. Let's dive in with the first question then. So this is from Nimi on Snapchat, and they would like to know, can I still apply for clearing even if I didn't apply through UCAS? You want to take this, Hayley?
Yeah. So the answer is yes, absolutely. We still consider applications even if you've not previously applied through UCAS. And we've got a hotline for you to call as well, haven't we, Anna?
Yes. So the number to call for our clearing hotline is 0800 068 0088. Okay? That's 0800 068 0088. Brilliant, thank you very much. So yes, any questions in that kind of thing, whether you applied through UCAS or not, that's the number to call if you want some advice, okay? All right then, next question. Charlotte on Facebook would like to know, can I apply for a post-grad course through clearing?
No, you cannot apply for the postgrad through clearing, but you can apply for it on our website. We've got the application form on there.
Fantastic. Okay. Right. Saliha on Snapchat. How is the architecture department at UCA, and what is the accommodation like as well? Okay. So let's break that down. So architecture. Who wants to talk about architecture? Anyone? Kelsey?
I hear we're the top 10 in the country for architecture.
We certainly are. That's true.
Good.
That's based. So our School of Architecture is based at Canterbury, and it is one of the top 10 in the UK, as Kelsey says as well.
The course is accredited by the Royal Institute of British Architects as well. So that gives you the first part of your exams that you need in order to become a licensed architect at the end, and we offer the second part as a postgraduate course as well. Yeah. Oh, apparently it's got a 3D printer as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about the accommodation then. So the second part of Celia's question was about accommodation. So you guys have stayed in halls. Yeah. What are those like?
Well, I was in main halls, and it's just it's good. You know, you've got your bed, your sink, or your basic utilities and stuff. Essentially, there won't be anything that you'll need that won't be there, and the accommodation is. I had a very good time in it. I wish that I was still there, but obviously I've moved out because of year 2. And it's just a good environment, especially in terms of making friends and stuff. It's a very good social place on your campuses because you're just surrounded by so many like-minded people. So it's perfect. Made better by the fact that everyone's very arty and stuff, so you can customise your places in whatever way you want.
Like Kelsey said, you get to meet a lot of people on different courses, get to network with them as well. You've got your own kitchen, so if you love cooking, you can learn how to cook or just chill in the kitchen with all your friends.
Fab. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Okay, so next question is from Ariana on Snapchat, and she would like to know, when do admission or acceptance letters get sent out?
Okay, so with that one, we don't actually send letters as such to you. Everything is done through your UCAS track, so you'll find out tomorrow morning if you're waiting for your A-level results as to whether you've been accepted or not. And that also happens on the UCA applicant portal as well. So that's essentially how you'll find out.
Okay, fantastic. So is it harder for someone, Ariana also asked, is it harder for someone in a foundation course to get a room in student accommodation? So obviously she's looking at foundation courses. That's something you've done with us, isn't it, Amina?
Yeah, I have. No, it's not. It's not hard at all, so it's pretty easy. And yeah, it's just the same process basically. You just apply. But yeah, it's not hard at all.
Fantastic, thank you very much. So if Samuel Snapchat, she asks, if I just missed my grades, but I have got a good portfolio, do I have a chance of getting a place?
Yeah, with clearing, we assess everybody on an individual basis. So whilst we'll ask you to meet standard entry criteria, if for any reason you don't meet those, we will ask you to submit a portfolio. We will consider that and any other experience that you have. So you just need to call us up and have a chat, and we'll see what we can do with that for you.
Fantastic. So you guys, did you have to put together a portfolio for when you applied? What do you think makes a good portfolio?
I did for foundation when I did my foundation, so I had to put together a portfolio. That was coming from A-levels, so I just showed all my work because I did art, music and photography. So I just put all my work together. Since it was foundation, it wasn't specified, so it was just everything I had really, and I just put it there. That was it really.
Yeah, it's important to get all your work together for it and stuff, and always have a reason to be passionate about what you've created. Always back up everything that you do, and even comment on things that you think didn't turn out so well. Just make sure that you talk very thoroughly about everything that you've made, and have a sort of passion behind it, because that's what, at the end of the day, what we're looking for at UCA. We're looking for passion and someone who really wants to strive to be excellent.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, actually, particularly if you have just missed out on your grades. I think, as Kelsey says, if there's that strength of that portfolio there, just because you've missed out on your grades does not mean that you're kind of out of the race. It's definitely worth putting something together for us to consider. Absolutely. Okay, another Snapchat question for you guys then. It's from Carl. How do I find out which courses have spaces on? I'm looking at Hayley.
Okay, my turn again. So all of our clearing courses are on the UCAS website on their clearing pages, but it is the majority of our courses that are open for clearing, because we allocate specific spaces. As we know, you can't always make your decision way back in December last year. Sometimes you change your mind, sometimes you might not be ready to make that decision. So we let you make that choice at this stage as well.
Fab. Thank you very much. Okay, Christina on Facebook wants to know, can I apply for more than one course through clearing?
So yes, the answer again to that one. You can contact as many universities as you like on clearing, but you can only accept one place through the UCAS system. So you need to be certain when you do that, when you make that final choice, that you are certain that that's the right one for you.
So if you are interested in more than one course at UCA, what's the process for a student who wants to discuss that? Is that something that happens over the phone? Or?
Yeah, give us a call. If you send us an email, the likelihood is that we try and phone you back to have that verbal discussion with you. But you phone us up, we'll take some details from you, we'll find out which courses it is you're interested in, what qualifications you've got, what the results were, any experience that you have, because it may be that you have related work experience, or if you're maybe doing an art A-level and you haven't quite met the grades, you may have a sketchbook that you do of work in your own time. All of that will count towards the consideration, and we'll consider you for those multiple courses at the same time. We'll get you to choose a first choice and up to 2 other choices in that one phone call, but we can still consider you for more. But I'd suggest that you try and narrow it down and really find what you're passionate about and what you want to do.
So actually, this next question from Louise on Facebook, leads on from that when you're talking about you might have fantastic work experience, portfolio, etc. She would like to know, do I need to have a reference when I am applying through clearing?
Through clearing, no, we don't require a reference. The only instance where we would need that is if you're an international student, and that's related to the UK visas and immigration regulations. But for any home student, we don't require that through clearing.
Fabulous. Okay. So Nicola on Snapchat would like to know, do people coming through clearing have a chance to live in halls? Which I think we kind of already answered, Amina. Yes is the answer. Do, absolutely. Is there anyone got anything they would like to add to the living in halls when you're coming through clearing? No, I think the answer is yes. Fantastic. Okay, so Rose on Snapchat would like to know, I don't like the idea of coming to a university that I've not seen, but I understand that seeing it might not be an option. What is the next opportunity to see the campus? Now, this is actually one that I can answer because we have a fantastic opportunity this Saturday, which is the 19th, for our clearing applicants to come and visit our campuses for a VIP campus tour. So you'll be able to see all of the facilities except the accommodation. However, accommodation staff will be available alongside academics and students, and they will be on hand to discuss and answer all of your questions, and you can see the campus for yourself. When you call to discuss your clearing application, that is when we will talk to you about how you can go ahead and book your place on that event on the 19th. So there'll be more information available then when you call, and all the information about that on the Saturday event, will be on the website as of tomorrow. Okay, so you will definitely, if you are applying to us through clearing, be able to come and visit the campus before you accept your place. Anyone else have anything to add on that one, Hayley?
Just to say that we've got the resources online, so if you can't make it down on Saturday, we do have a lot of images of the campuses, so you can have a look around using that if you can't make it physically down on Saturday.
Yeah, and there's also the option as well, if you're really, really desperate to come and see the campus, but for whatever reason you can't make Saturday, you can get in touch with our inquiries team at any time. They are always available, and they can arrange a visit for you. So information and contact information for those guys is all on the website. So check it out when it goes live tomorrow on our clearing pages, and it will all make sense.
Yeah.
Fab. Okay, so Mikey on Instagram, how long does it take to know if you have a place via clearing?
If you're phoning us to apply through clearing for tomorrow, or actually we're open Friday and Saturday as well for clearing applications, you can, in certain cases, get a decision within even 2 or 3 minutes. We can make a decision for you on the phone, providing you've met the criteria that we're setting for clearing. If we need to rely on maybe the work experience or the life experience and the related skills in the portfolio, that will take a little bit longer, but it will be the same day.
Fantastic. Right. Is there any instances when it wouldn't be a same day decision?
That, I think, would be a rare case, because we do have academics on site all through the 3 main days of clearing after results day. So they're there to make any decisions that the admissions team need their support with. So yeah, I think it would be quite a rare case if it took longer than that.
Okay. Fab. Thank you, Hayley. Right, Lauren from Instagram. Do your grades get lower in clearing, and therefore do I have a better chance of getting in?
I'll take that one again. So our standard entry criteria is 112 UCAS tariff points, and that remains the same at clearing. But because we're not meeting you in person and seeing your portfolio in person, we ask that for most people you will have an art and design related qualification. If you don't, that's when we'll be asking you to send that portfolio in. That's when we'll be asking you for the work experience. So we don't lower it. It's not necessarily any easier to get in, but equally you're not being invited down for an interview, you're not physically having to come here in person, and the decision is made that much more quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also you know, it's not just about lowering grades, it's also about upgrading. So it's not just, clearing is not just for students who have got lower grades than they expected. It's also for students who have got fantastic, even better grades than they expected, who now want to look at their other options and maybe go somewhere even better. And for that reason, we wouldn't lower our entry requirements, because actually for some people it's about upgrading their choices as well. Fab, thank you very much, Hayley. Okay, so Kaylee from Instagram, is it too late to get a student loan? Amina, thank you.
No, it's not too late to get a student loan, although you'll be getting it a little bit later in September, because student loan is open until like 9 months after after you start. So it's not too late for you to get a student loan, although get as quickly as you can. Literally, like, just get as soon as you can. But no, it's not too late.
Fantastic. How did you guys? Obviously, you guys have all been through the student finance process. How have you found that? Obviously, Amina's saying we need to get your application in soon. How is that process? Is there anything people can do, advice you'd have for people who are applying late to make sure that all goes through smoothly?
It's a lot of paperwork, so after you've finished here, start then, because it does need to be sorted, because otherwise, you know, you'll have no way of, you know, paying for it in that sort of way. So yeah, definitely get it started as soon as possible. It's a lot of work, but it pays off in the end, literally.
Thank you, Kelsey. Okay, Poppy from Snapchat. Can I apply to UCA even if it wasn't one of my top choices?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so many courses you could go for, and UCA has been ranked as one of the best universities for arts. So I would do it. Why not? Be part of the family.
Absolutely. And actually, yeah, as Katso says, we are the #1 specialist creative arts institution in the country. Therefore, it is absolutely worth putting us in there as one of your top choices. So if you haven't done that already, clearing is a fantastic opportunity for you to do that. Fantastic. Okay. Anything else to add, anyone? No? Fab. Okay. So Jaden on Snapchat, he would like to know, I might be applying to UCA to do fashion in Epsom. Now, Amina, you do a fashion course with us.
I do fashion atelier.
You do fashion atelier. So what is it like studying fashion?
Very interesting. You'd be going to London a lot. Because you'd need to source fabrics, you need to do your fashion trails, and it's very exciting as well. A lot of work, so don't come in thinking, oh, you're just going to chill. No. Because there is a lot of work that needs to be done, but just come in with like a positive mind and a positive attitude, and knowing that, okay, you need to get your work done in time. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting though. You should do it. Totally. Yeah.
What kind of facilities and stuff do you get involved with, either on campus or things off campus as a fashion student?
We pretty much have everything you need on campus, and there's some stuff. There's some things that you can take out of campus as well, but like the mini mannequins, if you need to like do some maybe drapings or whatever at home, you're allowed to take that, but you have to speak to your tutor about that anyway. But that's when you get in. Yeah, we have everything on campus that we need, and you can work with other fashion courses on the campus. So like I do fashion atelier, so I can go to the fashion and textiles room if I need to get something printed, or I know a lot of third years did that because they wanted to have their own original printed designs and on the fabrics and stuff. So yeah, so you can speak to them and speak to like fashion media promotion if you need some maybe styling, or you know, it just works. You have everything basically. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what about industry links?
We have a few industry links. We work with, I know there's some, we work with a few, let's see, you have to, because for my course in the second year, you have your industry, where you have your year in industry. So you speak to your tutors, although you have to source them. Some of the places you want to go, you have to know where you want to go, and then you speak to your tutors, because then they can help you contact these people. Considering, so yeah.
So absolutely. So it's about your independent research,
Yes,
but also
with
working
the help
with the
of-
networks.
yes.
Fantastic.
Can I add something?
Of course you
please?
can, Katie.
The fashion students also have their own pattern room and their own sewing room with all the machines in there, and Gerber, which is a digital patterning.
pattern,
Yeah.
That sounds quite fun. I want to study fashion now.
No,
Go on, Hayley.
just add that with all of our courses, the majority of them use sessional lecturers who are either in the industry currently or have been. So you're always building a network and connections, even if you're not directly interacting with a big fashion house, for
Yeah.
argument's sake.
Absolutely. And all of our students get involved in Graduate Fashion Week as
Absolutely.
well when they get into their third year as well. So Jaden also wanted to know, as part of their question, what is the Epsom campus and town like? Now, you guys don't study in Epsom, do you? But we've been a few times, haven't we?
We have
Hayley?
been a few times.
So Epsom is a really lovely market town, and it's been voted like one of the top 10 places in the UK to live on multiple occasions. But it's also really, really close to London. So as Amina was saying about all those links to London and the amount of times you guys need to get into London as fashion students, for your work, but to also be part of that huge, fantastic London fashion scene. The links there are really, really easy as well. There's a fantastic history of fashion education in Epsom, and with those industry links in London, it's really, really easy to kind of go between the two, if you like.
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Hayley, on that one?
No, not particularly. I suppose with regards to the campus, we've got our fashion courses there, we've got the graphic design courses and a couple of journalism-based ones as well. So it goes across with all of our campuses. We've got the industry standard facilities that are essential for you in order to go on to a career within the industry that you're studying for, and Epsom's exactly the same. We have all the fashion facilities, all the sewing machines, etc. We've got fashion photography studios, all the graphic design suites, just everything that you could possibly need and more.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is also, as Amina was saying, fantastic for collaboration amongst other courses as well. Fab. Okay, so Zani from Facebook. How fast do clearing places go? And if I call early tomorrow, do I have a bit of time to consider my options?
Yes, you definitely have time to consider your options. We're not looking to fill necessarily a fixed number of places. We will make a decision on your application based on you and the grades that you get, the portfolio that you submit if we ask you for that, your experiences and what you decide, what you tell us when you're having that conversation. You're not expected to make a decision there and then. You do have time to consider, you do have time to speak to other universities or other courses if you would like to. So you've definitely got time to think about it as well as speak to us.
Okay, great. Fantastic, thank you. So Ollie on Instagram, when is Freshers Week?
Freshers Week is between the 12th and the 15th of September. Yeah. So in the different campuses, the 12th is in Farnham, and then, yeah, that's the Freshers Fair, actually. So it's the whole week, basically, of the 12th, from the 11th. Yeah. until the 15th, basically, yeah. So that's the whole week in September. Yeah.
Okay, so what can a fresher expect from Freshers Week?
It's awesome. You've got the Freshers Fair on the day where you get you can go between different stalls. There's like a stall for everything, different societies and stuff. You can join the film societies or Dungeons and Dragons societies if that's what you like. We have the UC ambassadors table. What they're called, table, and you can apply to become a UC ambassador and have a job with the uni doing all sorts of events management and other things. And sometimes Domino's comes and gives you free pizzas. So yeah, I would go to UCA just for that, really. But you know, and on the nights you've just got non-stop partying, responsibly though, kids, and you know, it's just a really awesome week.
Yeah.
If you want me to recommend Freshers to anyone,
It's the voice of experience there.
it is.
Thanks, Kelsey. Right, another question from Snapchat now, from Alexa. What questions do I need to prepare for over the phone? She wants to apply for graphic design.
Okay, so we'll ask you basic things like name, address, email, contact details are really important for us. We'll ask you what subjects you've studied, any experience that you've got, obviously the course that you're wanting to apply to. That's pretty much it.
One thing I would say is if you are going to give us a call on our hotline is to make sure you are sat there with your results in front of you. Have all of that information, because we don't just need to know grades, we need to know exactly what those qualifications are, exam board and the exact titles and that kind of thing. So the more information you can have sat there with you before you call, the easier it will make it for us to kind of go through that process. Otherwise we might have to get you to go away, find that information and then call us back at a later time. So if you are going to go through clearing and you are going to give us a call, have that information with you when you call, so that we can kind of get things through really, really smoothly.
One bit I missed that is really important is to have your UCAS personal ID number, because we need that in order to process that application as well.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks, Hayley. Okay, so Chloe from Snapchat now. Can I apply for a place through clearing and then defer my year?
I wasn't prepared for that one.
Yes.
Yes, you can absolutely apply for clearing. I'm not certain of the exact answer, so you would need to speak to the admissions advisors when you phone tomorrow.
Anything like that where it might be a slightly awkward question or something which is not quite so straightforward because of your circumstances, call the hotline and our admissions advisors will be able to advise you. So if you have any questions, the best place to go is to give us a call or check out the clearing places on the spaces on the website. So the hotline again, for anyone who wants it, is 0800 068 0088. Okay? Fantastic. Okay, Simra from Snapchat. Help, I'm nervous. If I need to go through clearing, what is the best time to call in the morning?
You can call any time during the day. You don't need to worry about being the first one to pick up the phone. Just call us whenever you are able to.
So our hotline opens at 7:30 tomorrow morning. So if you're up that early, then you can call us from then if you really want to get ahead of the game. But there's absolutely nothing to be nervous about. We've got a huge admissions team available, ready to answer your call and give you lots of support and advice. So there's nothing to be worried about. If in doubt about anything, just pick up the phone and talk to us and someone will be able to help you. Right. Lou from Facebook. Even if I get the grades I need for my uni choices, I kind of want to change my direction. Can I apply through clearing and pick another course?
Yes, I believe so. I believe someone I know has done that actually. So yes, that's very possible. You just have to call in, like you said, call the hotline. Yeah,
I'll second that. You definitely can change your direction. We had one student a while ago that originally applied to be doing engineering and ended up coming to us to do digital film and screen arts. So you can absolutely change the direction that you want to go in. You just need to pick up the phone and call us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the beauty of clearing. It's there to give you flexibility, to give you choice. So like I said earlier, clearing is not just for people who got grades which are lower than they expected and now they can't get into the choices that they have already made. It's also for people who have changed their minds since they originally applied, or perhaps who have got even stronger grades than they expected and want to upgrade or completely change direction. So yeah, absolutely. Right, okay, so our next question is from Twitter, from Erin. When do we know if we have a place through clearing? Is it immediate? You guys kind of already answered this. It's pretty much on the day.
Yeah, it's pretty much straight away. If you phone us, you can have an answer within that same phone call, so it can be kind of within 5 minutes of having made that initial call that you have an answer.
Absolutely. By the end of that phone call, you should have a really clear idea about whether we are going to be able to offer you a place. And then within a couple of hours, you should have that place confirmed in an email. although as we said earlier, if there is any potential issue around not meeting those entry criteria, or you haven't studied an art, design or media qualification, and we do want to see a portfolio or whatever it may be for the course that you're interested in, we will at least have that confirmed to you within that time frame as well, that we are asking you to submit something further. So it's quite a quick process, I think it's fair to say. Okay, lovely. So Lana from Snapchat, is there a way to apply without calling?
We do have an email address that's open to apply through, but the likelihood is that we will phone you back, because we need to have that verbal discussion with you in order to get that information that we require, to get that, not just the grades that you've achieved, but that extra experience, just all that detail that supports your application, as well as the grades themselves.
Yeah, I think if there's an issue in that you don't want to call us, well, we are more than happy to call you. So if you get in touch with us via email, we're more than happy to call you back. It's absolutely not an issue. Sarah from Snapchat would like to know, what is Farnham like, in particular the social scene and vibe? I think this has got Kelsey written all over it.
There's lots of pubs in Farnham. It just depends really. Social scene is in Farnham in general. Yes, there's a few pubs. There's a nightclub. There's just loads and loads of places where people friends can go together to have a drink or have a meal or something. It's good like that. For people on campus, or even just people that within their own housing and stuff, you get loads of people that'll have house parties and stuff, and all the uni will go, and it'll be really awesome. It's just socially got loads of it's what you make it, really, which is the best advice I can give. Make friends, make cool friends, become my friend, and I'll invite you to all my parties.
So Kelsey, you're clearly into your parties, but if you're not much of a party person, what kind of stuff is also available?
Yes, well, Aldershot is 2 minutes away on the train. Doesn't cost much either. It's only about £2 to get there. There's a cinema there. There's basically just everything that you would think of. Farnham itself also has parks. It's really, really lovely, quiet scenery and stuff. So and also you're quite near London as well. You're only an hour on the train, which is wonderful as always. So yeah.
Now, you said earlier that you joined the Film Society when you came to the Freshers' Fair. I heard a rumour that there's a drink and draw society. Someone told me there was a Quidditch team, which I got really excited about. Is there anything around those clubs and societies? Is there quite a vibrant community?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you'll get all sorts of different characters within your own societies. Part of the Cult Film Society, where we watch cult films. So we watch stuff like Big Trouble in China, or really terrible films like The Room, which are just funny to laugh at, and you've got basically a society for anything that you want. But if there isn't, you can make it yourself. You make your own societies. You can apply them forward, and if you feel like there's just a niche that's been missing, you yourself can fill that niche, and then you make friends through the people who attend there. So yeah. Quidditch team was one of those niches, apparently.
Yeah, well, I'd join. So
I'd join.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies, what about you? Other clubs and societies that you guys are part of or aware of?
Yes, it was belly dancing. I did that for a while. It was very fun, I would say. Yeah, there was the belly dancing one. And I was with the Multicultural Society.
Yeah, same. And there's yoga as well.
Oh, yeah.
So many stuff. Got pole dancing as well.
Oh yeah,
pole fitness actually. There's so much you can do. Join in, and most of the time they have days where they'll have a stall and celebrate certain events as well. So it's fun.
So lots of options,
Yeah, there's
whatever
lots of
you're
options,
into.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Okay. Lily on Snapchat would like to know, if we get a place through clearing, when will we receive course informations, course costs, study trips, course materials, that kind of thing? When does she find out all of that information?
That, I think, sent out fairly quickly after you've confirmed your place through UCAS. It would all be sent to you, again, by email rather than by post, but it's all sent out as a digital pack. Things like the course fees are all online, as are the term dates, but obviously those trips and things are course specific, so that would come to you fairly quickly afterwards. I can't give an exact time though.
Yeah, absolutely. And any questions you have in relation to course costs, study trips and course materials, that kind of thing, that is the kind of question that you can raise at the campus visit event on Saturday. So if there are any questions that you find aren't answered in the information you get from us once you've applied through clearing, obviously you can always get in touch with our inquiries team or the clearing team at any time, but also you can come along to that event on Saturday and talk to the academic staff, the accommodation staff, and they'll be able to answer any of those questions which you might have, kind of bouncing around inside your brain. Wanted to add something, Amina?
Also on the website, like when you go to the different courses, because I know for Atelier it does say that we have a trip there and stuff, so it kind of gives you a breakdown of the different years, but summarises it, so you can check that as well.
Yeah, great. That's fantastic advice. Yes, lots of research opportunities out there. All right, Holly from Snapchat. Does UCA have a mix of international and UK students?
Yes, I'm an international student. I'm from Botswana, but I studied in South Africa, and there's different people from different countries as well. We all come together, learn from each other. The multicultural society, we've learned and celebrated about our cultures all together. We all come together as a group, learn from each other, not just personally, but in terms of uni, can evolve our culture and our works and display them for everyone to see and learn from as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me. I'm a home student, but I lived in Nigeria most of my life. So I just came from there, and I've got friends from Thailand, from like different places, interesting places, and then you just like get to learn about their cultural, like and then you want to have trips over there, incorporate it into your work, it's just a mix, really. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Will from Twitter, when is your clearing cut-off?
So the main clearing period obviously starts from results day tomorrow, but we consider new students right up until the start of the courses, and even sometimes a little bit beyond that if there are still spaces available. So the courses are all starting, I think it's the week beginning the 12th of September, so we'll consider you right up until that point and at least a week after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that clearing period, as Hayley says, runs all the way up until the start of the course. However, there are limited spaces available on our courses, so it is best to try and get in early. So the sooner you call us and the sooner you get in touch, the better, because then we can make sure that we've got a real solid offer to offer you for the course that you really, really want to study with us. So I would definitely say, if you can, the sooner you can call, the better. But yes, as Hayley says, if you're having trouble making that decision, or you've got in touch with lots of unis, you're not sure what your best option is, then that clearing period does run all the way up until the start of courses at the beginning of September. Fab. Emma on Instagram would like to know, how big is Canterbury? I think I will apply for the fine art course there. And what are the studios like? So, anyone want to jump in on that one?
It's big. It's big enough for all the studios, and I've been actually. Yes, it's quite big, and the studios are. I don't do fine art, but from what I've seen, they're pretty good. They look okay. They look good enough. They look great anyway.
I think I would add to that all of our facilities are set up for collaborative working, and all of our workshops are set up for those fine art kind of facilities. So, you know, they're not traditional classrooms that you might associate with school or college. They're big open spaces with lots of facilities, lots of resources, lots of equipment, and lots of on-hand technicians, as well as your lecturers and tutors to help you and support you in creating your work. And Canterbury is a fantastic city to live in. It's a massive university city. There's 3 universities, including UCA, based in Canterbury, and there's a real kind of vibrant student atmosphere in Canterbury. Really rich nightlife as well, and it's a really beautiful city. Yeah, Kelsey, you'd love it there. Huge party scene.
Transfer.
I've just been there with the towns because I'm not as much of a party person as I am as, you know, as Kelsey maybe. But I'm more of like food. So the restaurants are there, and then it's really cool because on one side of the street you'd see like clubs, and then on the other side are like cool restaurants and like places that you can chill if you're not really into like partying as much and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then the castle is there, which is lovely. You should go see it. Totally.
Yeah, Canterbury's a really beautiful historical city, so obviously it does have that nightlife side of things, but you've got a big shopping centre and then the castle walls and Canterbury Cathedral, and there's a street called the King's Mile, which is all like Tudor buildings and historical shops. There's loads of museums, if that kind of that's your sort of thing. So there's loads to do. It's a fantastic city. It really is.
Yeah, it's a really vibrant and varied city, and UCA is right in the centre of it. So you can be part of that creative community of UCA, but also the wider student community of Canterbury. Grace from Snapchat then, what are the restaurants like in Farnham? Specifically, she's interested in vegan and veggie options. And Kelsey gives it back. Okay. Well, Farnham's a lovely little market town. There's loads of, as Kelsey says, there's lots of pubs. There's also lots of restaurants and stuff as well.
Yeah, there's lots of independent restaurants. So whilst I can't directly comment on vegan restaurants, there's certainly a lot of vegetarian options, and I'm sure they could cater to vegan if you went into them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the same goes for all our on-campus catering facilities as well. There's always veggie and vegan options available. So, you know, there's whether you eat off campus or on campus, there's always good options. I think that pretty much answers that one.
Pretty much.
Okay, over to Instagram now, and Sophie would like to know, I am applying for film through Clearing. Do you have a hire shop for equipment? I'm going to look straight at Kelsey on this one.
On equipment?
Yeah, an equipment hire shop.
Yes, we do. And we have all sorts of equipment in it. We have lenses. We have actual like cameras that you can take out. You can take out film cameras, like 60mm film cameras, and pretty sure maybe 35, maybe. We have all sorts. We have a Blackmagic camera, which is like super expensive and super amazing. We have lighting. Sound equipment, basically everything that you need to shoot like a film to look professional. It's in the hire shop, as long as you can produce risk assessment, which is signed by tutors, and you know, as long as you've got your imagination as well, you can do basically anything with the hire shop. So yeah, it's good. It's great.
So with that in mind, do you have to own any of your own equipment or bring any with you?
It helps. I own quite a bit of my own equipment. I'm just building it up while I'm here at uni and while I'm getting the experience of everything else. But it certainly helps to have your own equipment because you know, then it's always there within your home, and you can do whatever you want with it, and you can take it out whenever you want. But at the moment, I'm just living best of both worlds. I've got my own camera, but I sometimes take lenses out of the hire shop, as well as lighting equipment and other stuff like that. So yeah, it's, you know.
And beyond just the equipment hire, other facilities that, you know, I'm thinking studio spaces, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we have green screen rooms. We have big rooms to build sets in. You know, we're given quite a lot of like space to shoot stuff whenever it's within like the course. I'm sure now that I'm going into year 2, we're going to be building sets and learning how to do that and stuff, and actually shooting stuff on sets rather than on location, which is what we've been shooting this my first year. So yeah, you've got plenty of facilities in terms of film production to play around with whatever equipment you want and shoot in various different locations and stuff.
Great, thank you very much, Kelsey. Okay, Nicola has just tweeted, probably based on what we've been chatting about, students travelling into London. She'd like to know, how much does it cost to get to London from Farnham?
Without rail card, about £20. So go online, Google 16 to 25, I think it is, rail cards, and it's about £30 for it. But after about 2 or 3 times, it pays for itself, really. You get 30% off any train ticket, I'm pretty sure. So essentially, instead of it being £20, which it would normally be, it would be £15.60 maybe, something like that. So
I think it's
not
about
that
14 actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh well, but still good. It's not expensive at all.
Yeah, so absolutely. If you are moving to one of our campuses and you know that you are going to be getting the train to London a lot, or even the train home a lot, it's definitely worth getting a 16 to 25 rail card if you can, to get around Catsley. So.
And you pay £30, but it lasts for a year, so you're saving a lot of money with the rail card, honestly.
I think they do a 3-year one as well, because I'm sure I applied for one when I was a student.
Yeah, that's £70 for the 3-year one as well. Yeah, so you can just
make a cost saving on a cost saving.
Yeah.
So how long does it take from Farnham to get into London, roughly?
About an hour normally. Longest I've ever waited was an hour and a half, but that was because it went every single stop under the sun. But yeah, that's normally about 50 minutes to an hour. It's not long at all. And as long as you're going to be in London all day, then it is, it's worth it. It's fine. It's good. Just be in good company.
Oh, and the ticket includes your travel, like London zones, all the London zones as well, like getting into London and then, around London as well. Yeah.
And on the bus as well in London.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all of your transport across London is all included in that travel card, which is really helpful as well. Okay, over to Snapchat then. James has asked us about our sports team. So obviously we've talked a little bit about clubs and societies. Clearly he's a sporty guy. Do we have sport teams, netball, football, rugby, etc.?
We have netball in the Rochester campus. We have netball. So that's every Thursday. I don't do it, but I've got friends who go for netball. So we definitely do have netball. I'm not sure about any other ones.
A few students have come together and started a soccer team, just recreationally, but not competing. Not sure if they're going to start competing, but they're just building it up right now.
I know that Farnham does have a competitive football, rugby and netball team. Sorry, Kelsey, did I totally cut across your answer? Would you like to tell us about them?
I was going to say exactly what you were going to say, because I do not do any of those.
The Student Union did do a wheelchair basketball event last semester as well. So we've got that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So there, as we were saying earlier about the other clubs and societies, there are lots of clubs and sports teams available across all of our campuses. During Freshers' Fair is a really good opportunity to sign up for stuff, see what's available, and also talk to the Students' Union about who administrate all of those clubs and societies. They can give you all the information you need. But also, as Kelsey said earlier, if that club doesn't exist, the sport that you want to play doesn't currently exist, then talk to the Students' Union, because they can help you put it into action and set that up. So if you think there is a gap in the market, then we are all about getting students on board to kind of set those clubs and societies up. Right, Jenna from Snapchat then, will other applicants or students know if you apply through clearing?
No, no one really asks you how you came. It's just as long as you've applied through and you're in. So the only thing would just be like, did you do A levels or foundation? Or no one asks you whether you came through clearing or not, and it's not like an embarrassing thing, so don't worry about it.
And with the admissions team, it's absolutely confidential as well. So you can talk to them as freely as you want to in terms of your marks, and they will help you. They're there to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Second that completely. Right, okay, then Tom from Twitter. One of my deal breakers is study abroad. Do we offer this?
Yes, we do.
Yay!
We've got partner universities right the way across the world, as well as all through Europe too. Currently we offer it as a 1-semester study abroad, but we are also piloting a 1-year scheme as well, so there's definitely options for you.
Anything else to add on study abroad, guys? Any experience or friends who have experience on study abroad?
Seen a few. No, there was one in Japan, I think. Yeah, there's a girl in Japan who's been, if you're on the UCA Snapchat, you'd see it. So yeah, and she's been enjoying herself. And there are a few around. I know for my fashion course, I was looking into it, and there's some in India, in China, so many different places out of the EU. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go anywhere in the world pretty much with our study abroad program, which is fantastic. So, Olivia from Twitter, can you apply to be a student ambassador if you apply through clearing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely you can. In fact, applications are currently open for our student ambassadors. If you go to uca.ac.uk/ambassadors, you can select your campus that you are going to be studying at from September, and you can fill out an application form right now if you want to. Okay, so Sean from Snapchat then. Do you get a lot of one-to-one time with course tutors? I want to study illustration. So, yeah, will she get a lot of one-to-one time?
Yeah, on a weekly basis, you do meet up with your course tutors, and you can just discuss your progress and how you're going to move forward. And they will help you in terms of moving forward if you are stuck. But if you do need to talk to them anytime, you're more than welcome to knock on their door, ask for help, or send an email, and they will get back to you.
Yeah, the tutors are very accommodating, and they're very patient as well. So, and they're like there for you when you need them, but you just have to talk to them. That's the thing. You have to go up to them. Obviously, they can't know if you're going through anything without you speaking to them. So you can email them, call them. Like Katso said, go to the office, knock on the door. If you're having issues, personal experience. Yes, I've done that before. Just go speak to them, no matter what it is, really, and they can just help you and mold it around your course and how you can your timetable and everything. So yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. Right, so our next question is from YouTube, someone watching live on YouTube at the moment. Are the entry requirements lower in clearing? We did cover this a little bit earlier, but obviously we've got lots of people who have joined us during the broadcast. So can we just go over that again? Do we lower our entry requirements?
So the answer to that is no. We have our standard entry criteria for our courses, which is 112 UCAS tariff points. For clearing, you need to have an art and design or media-based qualification, or you need to submit a portfolio to us. But clearing is an opportunity. It's not a negative thing that you're going through clearing at all. It's a chance for you to really find the course that you want to do based on the grades that you have or the change of heart that you might have had. I said earlier that we had somebody that wanted to study engineering originally and went through clearing to do a film-based course. Clearing is not clearing is an opportunity, so we don't lower those entry criteria. We keep them the same because there are people that may have done better in their A-levels or other qualifications, and it's, to use that word again, an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really, really important. I think that's why we keep using that word opportunity, is that is what clearing is. It's not, it's not the second best. It's not the thing that you do if things haven't gone to plan. It's another option. It's another route for you to take, and an opportunity. Absolutely. Now, this is a crucial question from Zach on Snapchat, possibly the most important question that we have answered this evening. Is there a Nando's in Canterbury? I think the short answer is yes, because there's nowhere that there isn't a Nando's anymore, but there is definitely one in Canterbury. I've certainly eaten in it myself. Okay, Lauren from Snapchat would like to know. She's already applied to UCA, but she's thinking of changing the course that she applies for. Does she have to go through clearing to do this?
At this stage, yes, she will need to, but just give us a call. because you've already made an application, because you're already holding an offer with us, it may be that we can just transfer that across straight away.
Fantastic. Okay. We have got another question from Snapchat again. This one's from Danny. Is there a lot of collaboration between courses, for instance, film and acting and performance? Things like that. Lots of collaboration.
There is a lot of collaboration. I'm a silversmith and goldsmithing student, but I did collaborate with the fashion media and promotion. And what they basically did was help me brand my work and how to have it on my Instagram for people to look at it. So you do get a lot of that. Fashion students work with jewelry students. Fashion students work with photography students as well. So we do work together a lot, actually.
Yeah, a few fashion students have worked with like a few film students, especially if you wanted to make a fashion film with your garments in it, or if the film students want to make a fashion film or it's something. It's just, yeah, there's always, as long as you just send an email out, we get loads every day. Are you interested? Do you want to do this? You know, we need a stylist or whatever. So just reply and yeah. And you meet each other at uni anyway, so you could just walk up to someone and be like, yeah, I need you. So yeah.
Okay, so Nick has just sent this through from Facebook, and again, this is something we touched on earlier, but for people who have just joined us during the broadcast, will I need to send my portfolio for my clearing application?
That depends on the grades and the subjects that you've taken. If you've got, say, an art A level and you've achieved a grade that helps you meet our standard entry criteria, then probably not. If it's something where you've maybe not got the grades you were expecting, or it's a portfolio that you've created in your own time because you don't have that art, design or media based portfolio subject area, then we may ask you to submit it to support the application.
Great, thank you, Hayley. All right, Andy from Snapchat then, if we get a place in accommodation, when can we move in?
Well, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I remember when I was moving in, I started from the 4th, so I think it's open from the 4th of September onwards, so you can move in between those, anytime between those days. I do believe you have to let them know when you will be moving in, what day you'd like to move in between those days, but it's flexible between those days anyway, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, again, any accommodation questions, anything you're not sure of, come along to that VIP campus tour on Saturday, and the accommodation team will be available to answer any questions.
Yeah, also I'm quite sure that after you get accepted, they send you an email with accommodation information. So you're given a link and you can sort out your accommodation stuff from there online, and it does give you dates on when you can come, and you can put in whenever you actually want to come yourself. So it is all there. You'll be quite well informed once you're accepted.
Okay, thank you very much, Kelsey. Okay, so this is another one that's come from Facebook during the broadcast. So again, just to remind everyone, Corey has said that they think they have a feeling they won't get the UCAS points that they need. So will their portfolio be what helps them in that case?
So because our standard entry criteria are 112 UCAS tariff points, if you don't have that from your results, still give us a call. That is the instance where we will look at the portfolio, where we will ask you if you've got any relevant work experience or any other experience that might help support the application.
Fantastic. Okay, right, we're starting to come towards the end now, guys. So I would like to ask you, if you take yourselves back to when you were about to receive your results, what's the one piece of advice that you would give to students who are waiting for their results tomorrow?
Well, at this stage, just distract yourself. That's what I did. I just watched films all night and didn't go to bed. It's good to just keep your mind off it for now, because you are going to worry no matter how well you did. Everyone that I know did really well, but they were really, really bricking it the day before. So just distract yourself, keep your mind off it, and when you get there tomorrow morning, just don't panic, don't worry, because no matter what happens, even if it's not the news that you're expecting, it'll probably work out well in the end. Clearing has helped a lot of my friends, and they're in places that they're totally happy with right now. So you remember, it's never the end of the world. All will work out in the end.
Sorry. Exactly what Kelsey said, basically. Just, distract yourself today. Whatever comes tomorrow, there's always something that will happen next. So just, be confident and be positive as well, no matter what it is. So, yeah, and then there's the clearing option as well. So,
Yeah, I would say don't be scared, and whatever your results are, always talk to someone at the end of the day. There's someone that can help you out and get you into a course you'd want to, and just believe in yourself, like everything happens for a reason, and it could just get better in time. You may not get the results you wanted, but you could excel somewhere else better than you did before.
Any advice from you, Hayley? Last bit of advice?
Pretty much the same as everybody else. Your results are going to be your results. There's nothing you can do at this stage to change it, so enjoy the evening that you have before. Watch films as Kelsey did. Find something to distract yourself, and whichever way it goes tomorrow,
there's always options.
There's always an option, yeah.
And absolutely. So the grades at this point are out of your control, but there are always options, regardless of what happens when you open that envelope and look at those grades tomorrow. There are always options available. And if you are not sure what else to do, talk to someone and get some advice, because there are plenty of people out there who will be able to help you. So that is all we've got time for tonight. So thank you very much for all of your questions, and thank you guys very much for all of your answers. If you have any other questions, or we didn't get to answer your question, then please do get in touch with us via email or through any of our social media channels, and someone will get back to you. And don't forget, you can find out more information about clearing by going to our website. So that's uca.ac.uk/clearing. Alternatively, you can give us a call on the hotline. So that number again is 0800 068 0088, 0800 068 0088, and lines are open from 7:30 tomorrow morning. When you call and you apply to us through Clearing tomorrow, or later in this week, that's when we can talk to you about coming along on Saturday to visit the campus that you're applying to and having that VIP campus tour. And information about that event will also go live onto our Clearing pages of our website tomorrow as well. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope it was helpful, and we hope that we managed to answer all your questions. And lastly, a very best of luck to all of you who are waiting to receive your results tomorrow from all of us at UCA. So good luck, and bye for now.